Hi, I'm Ken Jeffries. You may have heard of the Canadian child born late in 2016 who has been issued a health card without a gender marker in what could be the first case of its kind in the world. The child's parent is a non-binary transgender person who identifies as neither male or female and wants the child to discover their own gender. In an effort to shed more light on this, I'm speaking now with Dr. Danielle Lindner, founder and owner of the New Jersey-based national preschool franchise, the London Day School. In addition to being a child educator and parenting expert, Danielle has authored about 20 children's storybooks and is the host of the Amazon Prime series, Miss Danielle's Preschool Buds. Now, Danielle, as a preschool owner, is this an isolated case?
In all 8 years, we have never seen a case like this before.
But if you were presented with such a case, how would you deal with it?
Well, I think we deal with this in the same way we deal with any child, with respect, tolerance, and mainly equal opportunity. So, for example, sometimes people will identify STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, with boys, and the arts with girls. We feel that there needs to be equal opportunity for all, so we make it a point to make sure that all of our girls and boys, or say undefined, are exposed to the sciences and to the arts. And as a preschool, I think that's the most important thing, to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity, regardless of gender.
Do you think this is the start of a trend?
I don't think it's going to be a trend. I think if you speak to most transgender couples, they will say we have a son or a daughter, and, they don't have an issue with that. But, I don't see it becoming a big trend. And honestly, whatever you put on a child's birth certificate is not going to affect that 2 or 3 year old. They're not reading their birth certificate. They're coming to preschool and they're having a good time and they're learning. And most children don't even identify with a gender either way until they're 2 or 3, and it kind of remains fluid until they're 5. So it's something that maybe the parents feel strongly about, but I don't think at this point it would affect the child.
Yeah, but does this place pressure on the child? Is it fair to the child?
I think regardless, the children that are different in any way are going to face cruelty and bullying when they get into the public schools. And I think the main thing we need to do is address that and address it from a global perspective, so that we teach respect and tolerance at a preschool level, and we teach kids to be happy with themselves and have strong self-image, and not feel that they have to bully someone else to make themselves feel better. And that way, by the time these kids get into public school, they're going to be tolerant and nice and kind to everybody, regardless of what the issue might be.
How would the preschool classroom treat the child? Would this child be treated differently from other children in order to keep with the parents' wishes?
I don't think so, because, like I said, a good preschool is going to make sure that all children are exposed to all subject areas and are treated equally, and are treated fairly. And honestly, this child is most likely not going to even think about this gender issue when they're in preschool.
Thank you, Danielle. I'm Ken Jeffries, ABC News.